everybody, and welcome to The Sensation. I am your host, Jay. Have you ever found yourself so compelled to dance, whether it was a song you knew or not, but the rhythm was so strong, something like a heartbeat, that you just couldn't help yourself? I believe, although there are many factors to making good music, the fundamental, the basics, and the driving force of a great song or musical piece is the rhythm. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. Traditional Korean music and the heartbeat behind it, what we like to call here as rhythm. In Korean, we call it as Jangdan. So if you will join me, I've got professionals here, and today for the next about hour or so, we're going to look at awesome performances and delve into what traditional Korean music is and the driving force and heartbeat behind it, Jangdan. Next to me is the sensational, beautiful, professional percussionist, Professor Yoo Kyung-ha. Welcome back.
Hi, nice to see you again.
You know, since our first lesson, the whole staff has been getting so much praise as to the way you explain the lesson. And as difficult as it is, people viewing at home all across the globe have said how much they appreciate your easy to understand explanation. So thank you so much for that.
다행입니다. 제가 더 기쁘고요. 사실 저번 방송을 많은 분들이 보셨더라고요. 저한테 이제 카톡으로도
Yeah.
보내주시고 하시는 말씀들이 실물보다 화면이 훨씬 낫다.
Oh, no.
네.
It's in person and on camera, I guarantee, just perfection. Elegance, 110%. Well, thank you for coming again. And I understand today's lesson is going to be a little more difficult, so please be gentle.
알겠습니다.
And next to Professor Yu, we've got the man who is fast becoming known as the guy with the $1 million smiling eyes. He's got the best personality, and his first impression, I mean, just doesn't get any better than that. Our pianist, Mr. Hong Dong-gi. Welcome back, sir.
네, 안녕하세요. Good to see you too.
I cannot wait to see their performances and, of course, today's lesson. And I know I am not alone. To my left, we have hailing from South Africa, the South African beauty and TV personality, Bronin. Welcome back, love.
Hello.
How have you been?
I missed you.
I missed you.
I had so much fun last time. I went home and I was practicing
Yeah.
by myself, so it's good to be back. It's also wonderful to see Koreans and foreigners in the audience today, so we all get to learn together.
It's going to be a lesson. I hear today's lesson is going to be quite difficult, so I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. And the thing is, it's a little unfair because you and I have had a lesson, but next to you, hailing from Turkey, he goes by the name of Enes. Welcome to the show, Enes.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys here. Well, obviously, I know that I'm going to learn something, but I didn't know that I'm going to learn this much, so I'm kind of shaking now.
A little nervous, a little nervous.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we don't bite. We'll be gentle.
Thank you very much.
Enes, when did you come to Korea, and how much are you interested really in the Korean culture? Because this is a Korean, like a cultural show that we
Well, I
have here.
came Korea like almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, in
impressive.
2002, I came in Korea, and I remember 5 years ago, I've learned about Korean traditional music, not that much, but
Okay.
we had some TV show, and I have been in United States, in Central Park, we played Samulnori, yeah,
Wow.
in public.
In Central Park, you must have had an audience there.
Yeah, we had audience, but I heard that they said really bad things about us when we were playing.
That's okay, we're here to learn.
Yeah, that's why I'm coming. I came here again to learn it straight.
Yeah. Well, today, how about we get started? First up, a little bit of a preview of today's class.
이번 시간에는요, 여러분께 저절로 춤이 나올 수 있는 장단이에요. 한국 음악에서 가장 많이 쓰이는 굿거리 장단 배워보도록 하겠습니다.
I'm sure that today's class will be very exciting. To start off the show, normally we'd get straight into it and orally and with our hands because we can't play instruments, learn today's lesson. But we have a special treat for you today. Today we're going to start and get warmed up with a dance performance. What kind of dance performance will we be looking at?
예, 교방춤 여러분들 먼저 감상하실 텐데요. 교방이라고 하는 것은 우리나라 전통 음악이 공부되어지고 또 춤도 배워졌던 그런 곳이에요. 그래서 그곳에서 유래된 춤을 여러분들이 먼저 감상하실 텐데요. 오늘 배울 굿거리 장단 그리고 자진머리 장단으로 구성했습니다. 예.
All right, then before us amateurs start to learn the lesson, how about we look at the pros? For your viewing and listening pleasure, it is the 교방춤 done by the one and only Park Kyunglan. Welcome back, everybody. You are watching The Sensation. In our second lecture, we're learning a little bit about the traditional Korean rhythm called Jangdan. And today's lesson has to do with the Gootgeori Jangdan. So, Professor Yu, can you explain to us the rhythm and the structure of Gootgeori Jangdan?
네, 먼저 여러분께요 굿거리 장단을 들려드릴게요. 장구로 들려드리고 피아노로 들려드리고 꽹과리로 들려드리고 여러 악기로 연주를 해드릴 테니까요. 일단 자연스럽게 느끼시기 바랍니다. 장구로 먼저 들려드릴게요. 이게 굿거리의 기본 장단입니다. 다음 우리 홍동기 선생님께서 피아노로 굿거리 연주해 주실게요. 네, 몸이 벌써 이렇게 흔들흔들 예, 하시는데요.
You can't help yourself but to move along to the rhythm. I love it. I love it.
예, 훌륭하십니다. 네, 꽹과리로 보여드릴게요. 꽹과리 소리는 조금 시끄럽습니다.
All right, that was just a little taste of the Gootgeori rhythm or Gootgeori Jangdan. What did you think, Bronin, listening to it that way? A little more familiar?
Yeah, actually, being a foreigner, when I hear it on the piano, I feel like, I can pick up that rhythm.
Yeah.
But then I hear it on the traditional instruments.
instruments.
It's the same rhythm, but it sounds a lot more complicated.
A lot
And-
more foreign.
Yeah, so I think we're going to need to practice with our hands again
Yeah.
like we did last time.
How about you, NS? Listening to the music, what was it like for you?
Well, I remember when I first learned about Samulnori, I was playing puk, the drum, Korean drum.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I was just hitting it. Not playing actually, I was just hitting it. And I remember the rhythm was like, 네 땅이냐, 내 땅이다, 조선 땅도 내 땅이다. But this is kind of different, I think. But it's kind of difficult to catch this one for me.
예, NS 씨 말한 장단은 영남 노각에 쓰이는 장단이에요. 정말 여러분 박수 한번 보내드리죠.
Okay, this uplifting music, more so than the semachi, I feel as if it doesn't matter what background you come from. I was raised in the States, South Africa, Turkey. We may not be familiar with the cultural sound, but it makes you want to get up and dance.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, most definitely. So, how about we learn a little bit about starting? I think last week it was easier for us to learn orally. So before we put our hands together, because some of us just aren't hand coordinated. So orally, can you teach us a little bit about the
알겠습니다.
Jangdan?
자, 그럼 먼저 구음으로 여러분 한번 따라 하실 텐데요. 지난번에 우리 세마치 하면서 구음이 쓰여졌던 훈련 먼저 했었죠. 간단하게 덩, 쿵, 따. 오른손 왼손 치시면서 했었잖아요. 오늘도 그런 방법으로 굿거리 배워보실 거예요. 자, 그럼 구음 먼저 들려드릴게요. 덩기덕 덩더르 쿵기덕 쿵 떠더더. 예.
Okay.
The audience members' faces.
I mean, I think
순간
they look like what we look like, and we look like what they look like.
What was that? One more time, please.
네, 알겠습니다. 자, 네 박으로 하나, 둘, 셋, 둘, 둘, 셋, 셋, 둘, 셋, 넷, 둘, 셋이에요. 그리고 구조가 네 개의 넷, 둘, 셋으로 가는데 떵이 두 개가 들어가고요. 궁이 두 개가 들어가요. 첫 박에. 그래서 단순한 구조는 떵, 떵, 궁, 궁. 이런 구조예요. 요 사이에 기덕과 더러러러가 들어가면 되는데요. 떵, 기덕, 떵, 더러러. 궁, 기덕, 궁, 따다닥. 이렇게 들어가면 되겠습니다. 이게 기본 장단이에요. 한번 같이 해보실까요? 자, 구음으로. 자, 아까 굿거리 리듬을 타시면 돼요. 떵, 기덕, 떵, 더러러러. 궁, 기덕, 궁, 따다닥. 예, 잠깐만요. 자, 여기서 제가 지적을 하나 하고 싶은데요. 앞에 떵, 기덕, 떵, 더러러러 이렇게 구음하지 마시고요. 이 더러러러를 털어주세요. 우리나라 음악에서 그걸 턴다고 표현을 하고 요성이라고 하고 서양 음악에서는 트레몰로, 트릴 뭐 이렇게 표현을 하는데요. 그 부분을 이렇게 혀를 굴려주셔야 돼요. 떵, 기덕, 떵, 더러러 이렇게.
Okay.
떵, 기덕, 떵,
And then more of a
더러러.
tremor.
그렇죠.
To
그렇게
kind of
하시면
let
돼요.
loose that
네.
sound. Okay, it's so foreign to me, that sound. doing it orally, but we can give it a try.
네.
One more time.
연결해서요. 예. 떵기덕 떵 터르르르 궁기덕 궁 따다다. 아,
Professor Yu, is there a reason, Professor Yu, is there a reason why the last is higher?
예, 그렇죠. 예, 예. 지금 NSC는 앞에도 더러러러, 뒤에도 더러러러 끝나셨거든요.
I just 털어버렸어요.
예, 그냥 털어버려.
He listens well. You said toro, and so he toro.
Yeah, right.
But what is the reason for the higher?
그렇죠. 앞에서 더러러러 털어주고 뒤에서 꼬리를 떠러러 올려준 거는요. 이 장단에서 의미하는 바가 여성스럽지 않아요, 여러분들? 떠러러 굉장히 앙증맞고
Feminine, very
예,
feminine.
예, 여성스러움이 담겨 있습니다. 여러분들 그런 상상을 하시면서 이 장단을 한번 쳐보세요.
저
그렇다면
아이들이
예, 이 여성스러운 장단에는 항상 어떤 장단이 따라가야 될까요?
Namsong.
그렇죠. 또 남성스러운
Threw it out there. Man.
예, 남성스러운 국거리 장단이 따라갑니다. 그럼 제가 두 가지 구음을 연결해 볼게요. 먼저 앞서 여러분들이 하신 떵기덕 떵 터르르 궁기덕 궁 따다다. 그렇죠. 자, 우선 여성스러운 국거리 장단을 두 번 반복해 볼게요. 시작. 떵기덕 떵 터르르 궁기덕 궁 따다다. 떵기덕 떵 터르르 궁기덕 궁 따다다. 그렇죠. 이게 여성스러운 장단의 구음이고요. 여기 이제 남성스러운 구음의 장단으로 짝을 이루면 떵기덕 떵 터르르 궁기덕 궁 떠. 이렇게 해주시면 됩니다.
So
예.
the first part is the same,
The
네.
feminine,
and the second part,
the masculine.
instead of da-da-da, it's just dong.
because it's
그렇죠.
masculine.
예.
It's like a musical conversation.
A little bit of a back and forth.
네.
A
The
back
problem
and
is I
forth.
don't understand the conversation.
It's a little too early to understand the conversation. If you understand it completely right now, I'd be a little afraid of you.
But it's also less about understanding and more just about feeling. We learned that last time.
Yeah, all about feeling.
Last time I was so confused and the professor said, don't think so much, just feel
Feel.
it and move
Feel.
with the music.
이제는 이제 손 장단으로 무릎 장단으로 함께
Okay.
치면서
Here comes the hard part.
예, 좀 더 어려워지는데 그렇죠. 손을 푸시면 되고요. 양손을 함께 치는 게 덩이 됩니다. 구음으로 덩 하시면서 무릎을 양손으로 치세요. 덩. 덩. 예, 우리 여기 앞에 분은 덩 이러시는데요. 무릎을 치시면 됩니다. 자, 시작. 덩. 그렇죠. 왼손을 내려치시면서 궁.
Your
하시면
left hand
됩니다.
is your kung.
예,
Both together is your dong.
그렇죠.
I have no idea what the right
그다음에
hand is.
제이 씨 알 것 같아요. 그다음에 오른손을 따. 그렇죠. 오른손 혼자 치는 것을 따라고 합니다. 구음이 다 달라요. 아, 그렇죠. 좋은 질문이에요, NSC. 네.
No.
그
그냥
표현은
털어줘.
예, 나쁘지는 않은데요. 예. 자, 왼손을 더러러러러러. 아, 오른손을 더러러러러러. 예. 털어주시면 돼요. 예. 더러러러러. 이렇게 하시면, 자, 국거리 구음하고 손하고 함께 가셔야 돼요. 덩, 기덕, 덩, 더러러러러. 해볼까요? 시작. 덩, 기덕, 덩, 더러러러. 궁, 기덕, 궁, 따다다. 덩, 기덕, 덩, 더러러러. 궁, 기덕, 궁, 떠. 그렇죠.
Okay, I did it.
잘하셨습니다.
We survived it, the lesson. Around this time, I think we've done okay. A lot better than 5 minutes ago. So this is about time. I'm sorry, Bronan. You said earlier that you hope that I don't ask you to perform today. But we do have a prize today, though. So the winner gets a prize. It's a good prize. So forget me winning. Up next, Bronan, show them how it's
It's
done.
on you and me.
Show them how it's done.
I can't, but I'll try.
I
Don't
know
feel so
you will.
bad.
It's all
Don't feel
about the
so bad.
passion.
It's all about learning, right? Okay. Dong, right? How does it start? Dong, right? Okay. Dong, gi, dong, dong, doo-doo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo-doo. The audience is
We're a
shaking.
sad group of people today.
Gong, gi, dong, dong, da-da-da. Dong, gi, dong, dong, boo-doo-doo-doo, gong, gi, dong, dong.
You've made up a whole new language there, Bronin, but awesome.
Yeah, right.
Round of applause for Bronin. Come on.
I'm really sorry.
And I feel as if, okay, the winner, NS, go ahead, take it away.
The thing is, you guys make me more nervous now.
Why? We totally made fools out of ourselves. Fighting, NS, fighting. You
Okay.
can do it. You've played Chango on Madison Square Garden before.
Okay, that's enough. I'm nervous enough now. Okay, I'm going now. 덩 기덕 덩 떠러러러 쿵 기덕 쿵 떠러러러 덩 기덕 덩 떠러러러 쿵 기덕 쿵 떡. Is it right?
Well, I don't
Is it
know.
right?
We
Right?
got a wall from the
Yeah.
audience.
I honestly think when we all did it together, it
We were
seemed
awesome.
easier. And I was
We were
starting to get a
perfect.
little bit arrogant and think, oh, I can do this.
You were just hiding behind me while we were doing it together.
Now I'm just a little angry, and I refuse to let this competition end this way. It's unfair. You've had practice before.
One more time.
Me?
Just making stuff up.
One more time?
You guys
No,
made
not
it last
me.
week too. Come on.
We could do it 10 times, and we still won't win this contest. I think somebody in our audience can take NS.
Oh.
I think
Yeah,
someone in
okay.
our audience could take
Anybody
NS.
coming here?
Right there? Come on. I saw you moving your hands. You can do it. You got me standing up from my chair and everything. All right, come on up here. And you're being brave, and I'm telling you, this is going to be an experience you will not soon forget. Have a seat
Come
up
and
here.
get me.
Big round of applause. I cannot believe it. You're taking NS on. Where's the confidence? Where's the confidence? Okay, introduce yourself a little bit about, well, first your name and where you come from.
My name is Norma, and I'm from the U.S., Atlanta, Georgia.
Actually, before I do, any shout outs to people at home that you want to say hello to? A perfect opportunity to do so.
Hi, Mom and Dad. This is what I'm doing in Korea.
All right, I'm going to take the mic from you, and you just go and take it away when you're ready.
Okay.
Good
You
luck.
can do it.
땅기닥 땅다다다 꿍기닥 꿍따다다 깡기닥 깡가라다 꿍기닥 땅.
You did it!
Norma, that was awesome.
You did it!
Norma, that was awesome. I mean, you looked a little like you were in pain. But other than that, Mr. Hong, Professor Yu, who do you prefer?
알겠습니다.
Who do you think
네.
won?
일단 저희 반은 좀 심각합니다. 지금 이대로는 저희 반이 이 그 평균에서 떨어질 것 같다. 근데 그나마 오늘 NSC가 반 평균을 조금 올리셨는데 제가 놀라운 건 오늘 객석에서 올라오시는 분이 아주 잘해줬어요. 그래서 저는 우리 객석에서 오신 분을 제가 1등으로 선물 드리고 싶습니다.
Norma, you took it away. Yay! Thank you for coming up today, love. Mr. Hong, agree?
저도 방청객분이 잘하신 것 같습니다.
Oh, the winner is definitely Norma, hands down, no doubt about it. Thank you so much. Big round of applause for everybody who participated today. All right, we got to give our ears a little break. So luckily, Professor Yu and Mr. Hong has prepared 산도깨비, or mountain goblin. I think that's how you translate it in English. So for those of you at home, here in the studio audience, and here up on stage, enjoy this performance by Professor Yu and, of course, Mr. Hong, 산도깨비. That's awesome. So a performance of Sandokebi. I love Mr. Hong's smile. Every time he finishes a performance, that passion and that warmth, it gets me every time. So they just finished the performance of Sandokebi, another example of Gootgeori Jangdan. It sounded a little more complicated. Maybe the rhythms, as repetitive as they were a little different at times.
네, 변형 장단이 굉장히 다양하게 많은 게 또 이 굿거리 장단의 특징이에요. 그래서 여러분이 배우신 덩기덕, 덩더러러, 쿵기덕, 쿵따더더 또 짝을 이뤄서 덩기덕, 덩더러러, 쿵기덕, 쿵떠 이거는 기본 형태인 것이고 이 아까 피아노랑 같이 연주했던 것들은 많은 변형 장단으로 이렇게 음악을 만들어 봤습니다.
What was it like for you? And as this is like your first day, but I feel as if you've already been experiencing or been introduced to traditional Korean music, so not so foreign.
Well, for me, especially for the piano, it sounds like folk music for me. Yeah, but for Gengari, it was like more fascinating for me. I like it more because I don't know why. Because it's kind of I can catch the rhythm in Gengari. It was difficult to catch in piano for me actually.
Okay.
But it was easy to catch the rhythm that Bungdok, Kidok, Kidok anyways, you know. It was way easier than
Yeah.
piano for me. And especially for Gengari, I'm kind of, because since I learned the Samulnori a little bit, really little bit, and Gengari is in it,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of in Gengari too. I'm kind of want to learn about it.
Interested.
Yeah, I'm interested about Gengari.
I'm interested in seeing you perform the Gengari on this stage one day.
Well, I hope I will show it one day.
Yeah, one day. No
Yeah.
pressure, but one day. That is awesome. Just having people of all generations and ethnicities, backgrounds, wanting to learn traditional Korean music.
Yeah,
You know, I think that in itself is magical.
I'm gonna play Gengari and turn my
Yeah, and
head.
start turning your head. That is awesome. You heard it here first. All of you guys are witness to NS's challenge. And I think it'll be an awesome sight to see, most definitely. We learned a little bit about the Jangdan, and we've learned so much. It's Hemachi last time you and I met. There is another type of Jangdan that I want to kind of delve into and learn a little bit about, because I think it's a waste. We're all here together, those of you at home, us in the studio audience. So, Professor Yu, I know you said we're below average and we're not learning very well, but if you can maybe teach us a different kind of Jangdan in traditional Korean music today, that would be great.
예, 우리 자진머리 장단을 배우실 텐데요. 굿거리 장단보다는 조금 빠르고요. 좀 더 신명나는 장단입니다.
Uh-oh.
어렵지 않습니다.
We went from the Gootgeori Jangdan to what she just mentioned is the Jajinmori Jangdan or Jajinmori rhythm. And she's already mentioned that's a little faster. I thought the one we just learned was fast enough. And it's a little more complicated. She looked a little discouraged because we're not learning very well. You guys are awesome. The three of us are a little slow. She called us slow. But when we come back, a quick break, I think we're going to need it. When we come back, a little bit about a lesson on the traditional rhythm here in traditional Korean music called the Jajinmori rhythm. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. I am your host, Jay, for The Sensation. We just saw a performance of a new kind of Jangdan or rhythm that we're gonna try and learn now. It's the Jajinmori Jangdan. What you just saw was the Kayagum's Hanjo Jajinmori Jangdan performed by none other than Choi Jin. I hope you enjoyed that performance. We've got a lot of awesome performances today and some not so awesome performances by yours truly and our panel. Doing our best, though, to learn. Doing our best, most definitely. And of course, next to me is Professor Yu, professional percussionist and beautiful all-around human being. So patient, teaching us, you know, below average musicians here. And of course, at the end, the $1 million smile, Mr. Hong over there. How are you doing over there, Mr. Hong? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. All right, you guys, if once again you're just tuning in, we're gonna try now with a brave heart, learn a new kind of Jangdan. Jangdan being rhythm here in Korean, especially the traditional Korean music style of performing arts. And it's called the Jajinmori Jangdan. Professor Yu, good luck. Can you teach us a little bit about this Jangdan?
자진머리 장단 배워보기 전에요. 우리 국거리에서도 악기로 하나씩 소개해드렸는데 자진머리 장단도 먼저 장구로 소개시켜드릴게요. 잘 들어보세요. 이게 장구장단이고요. 네, 벌써 무릎장단 치시는데 자진머리 장구장단, 그다음에 피아노로 자진머리를 또 소개시켜 드릴게요.
You know, NS, now hearing it on the piano, I didn't get it before. I didn't understand where you were coming from, but now I get it. First hearing it on the 장구 and then on the piano, it does sound more confusing.
Right?
Yeah, the
So you have
rhythm
to listen
doesn't.
Gengari now.
Yeah. I'm sure traditional Korean rhythms should be played on traditional Korean
Yeah,
instruments. It's easier to get. So
Yeah.
one more time, you guys, this new kind of rhythm, Jajinmori Jangdan on the traditional Korean instrument, the Gengari. Awesome. Awesome. I don't know how well we'll do, but it sounded beautiful.
The piano is really smooth
Yeah.
and longer and gentler. The traditional instruments are
Precise.
Yes, precise.
Yeah, they bring it home. So the time that we've all been waiting for, anticipating, and dreading has come up. A new kind of Jangdan. And we've already heard that's a little faster, a little more complicated. So how about Professor Yu, you take it away. The Jangdan we call the Jajinmori Jangdan.
네, 우리 앞서 배우신 국거리보다는 조금 빠르지만 절대 어렵지 않습니다. 더 단순할 수 있거든요. 제가 단순화시켜서 여러분과 함께 할게요. 자진머리 장단. 국거리가 어깨춤으로 덩실 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 이런 느낌이면 자진머리는 엉덩이 춤으로 덩덩덩 따쿵따 이런 느낌이에요. 여러분들 느낌을 잘 살리시고요. 제 구음을 따라해 보세요. 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 그렇죠. 예.
This sounds a little more familiar, like the semachi.
Ah, yes.
It seems more familiar, easier.
네, 역시 리듬감이 우리 제이 씨가 노래를 하셨죠?
네.
정말 뛰어난데요. 똑같은 호흡으로 3개로 자르면 세마치가 되고요. 여기 하나를 더 얹으면 자진머리가 되는 거예요. 세마치는 덩덩 따쿵따 셋으로 갔고요. 자진머리는 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩
오케이.
따쿵따 덩이 하나 더 붙은 거예요. 예.
I'm a little more confident with this
Yeah,
one.
because last time when we learned the semachi,
Yeah.
the 3 beats, I caught that a little quicker. So now I'm feeling positive. I can do this.
좋습니다. 함께 자 구음을 신명나게 자진머리는 무슨 춤을 춰야 된다고요?
엉덩이.
엉덩이 춤 그렇죠. 예.
If the first rhythm we swayed with it or danced to it with our shoulders, this one, all the ladies out there, you move your booty. It's the butt dance for all of you out there, and I'm so happy because I got more butt than shoulder. So here we go. If you guys, well, all of you at home and those of you in the studio audience, have fun with it, be free with it. Move the butt, of course. We could use a little circulation. We've been sitting here for a while now, and of course, I think this rhythm is a little easier to catch. So good luck, everyone, and here we go.
예, 좋습니다. 엉덩이를 들썩들썩 하시면서 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 네. 아니 너무 잘하셔요. 지금 너무 쉽다라는 표정인데 그럼 제가 여기서 보너스로요. 아까 국거리에서도 여성스러운 장단이 있었고 남성스러운 장단이 있었죠. 자진머리에도 마찬가지입니다. 두 장단이 대화하듯이 그리고 음과 양의 대조적인 느낌이 있어요. 지금 배우신 덩덩덩 따쿵따 요거와 대조적으로 치고 싶으면요. 첫 덩에 덕쿵만 집어넣으시면 돼요. 덕쿵. 그럼 보세요. 덩덩덩 따쿵따 예, 여성이 말합니다. 그럼 남성이 덕쿵덩덩 따쿵따 뒤에는 똑같아요. 그래서 암수로 주고받는 장단이 이제 짝으로 이루어지게 됩니다. 한번 해볼까요?
Okay, so we all try it together now?
네, 그러면은 암수 짝을 이루는 자진머리 구음으로 자, 첫 덩 대신에 뭘 넣으면 된다고요? 그렇죠. 덕쿵을 넣으면 됩니다. 자, 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덕쿵덩덩 다 같이 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덕쿵덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덕쿵덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덕쿵덩덩 따쿵따 덩덩덩 따쿵따 덕쿵덩덩 따쿵따 네. 국거리에서 사실은 이 장단을요. 우리 오늘 오신 방청객 분들 중에도 남성분이 있고 우리 NSC하고 홍동기 선생님하고 저희하고 주고받아도 재밌어요. 저희가 우리 여자분들이 먼저
such a good idea.
덩덩덩 따쿵따 하면요. 두 분이 덕쿵덩덩 따쿵따 이렇게 받아주시면 돼요. 반복 한번 해볼까요?
We
우리
have-
객석도 나눠서 한번 해보시면
We have
좋을 것
men
같아요.
and women in the audience, more women. But the women, we do the dong 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 tak kuk tak, and then the men catch on, pado that, take that, and your rhythm would be dokung dong dong tak kuk tak. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, take it away.
예, 여성분들 먼저요. 덩덩덩 따쿵따
덩덩덩 따국딱
덩덩덩 따쿵따
덩덩덩 따국딱
덩덩덩 따쿵따
덩덩덩
잘한다. 예,
따국딱
덩덩덩 따쿵따
덩덩덩 따국딱
Awesome. It just goes to show, you know, women, we've got the high voices, but we just have a handful of men, but you guys are manly men. Enes, you have that beautiful man voice coming out.
Well, this shows us man does always hard part again.
Is that a fact? A little easier than the first Jangdan we learned, though.
Definitely.
right.
Yeah.
And more teamwork.
More teamwork,
It's
the pairing.
exciting to pair and to play off of each other.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the give and take.
예, 그러면 여기서요 우리가 자진머리로 된 연주를 한번 들으면서 다시 한번 자진머리를 좀 더 깊이 이해해 보도록 하는 게 어떨까요?
Okay, here now is an example once again of the Jajinmori Jangdan. That was just an awesome performance by Mr. Hong. Professor Yu, thank you so much for that window into what it is to kind of experience traditional Korean music and rhythms live. You know, it's so up close and personal, so thank you so much.
우리 장단이 어렵지만은 좀 쉽게 다가가서 우리 음악을 사랑할 수 있도록 그런 시간이 이 시간이 됐으면 좋겠습니다.
How did you guys enjoy not just this one performance, but this whole day of really more than education? I think it's just an insight into a great art form.
Exactly.
So how was it for you, Branin?
Well, to be honest, in the beginning it was really challenging, and I feel sorry that I didn't perform better. But by the end of it, we were all doing it together with teamwork, and it became so much fun. And I think we're so privileged to learn from such professionals. And every time I come on, I learn a little bit more about Korean culture, and I want to know more. So I'm going to go home and practice and hope to see you again.
Enes, thank you so much for joining us. You showed no fear. You're the bravest person on the stage today.
Yes.
How was it for you?
For me, at the beginning, I was shaking because I was nervous.
A little bit.
But now I'm shaking now because I'm having fun, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, I really learned a lot from our Professor
Professor
Yu
Yu.
and Mr. Hong. Thank you very much for such a wonderful day. And one more time, I felt that I'm really in traditional Korean music, especially Gootgeori and the Samulnori. I'm going to spin my head, wait for it.
I'll be waiting for it. I'll be keeping a lookout for it. So we are almost ready to go, but the last performance, instead of me and my amateur knowledge describing it to you, I'd like, lastly, Professor Yu to explain what the last performance is, because there's so much history behind it, and it has a lot to do with what we learned today. So, Professor Yu, who is our last performer today?
네, 마지막으로 준비한 연주곡은요. 우리 이 시간에 배운 굿거리하고 자진머리 장단이 함께 들어있는 민요를 준비했는데요. 토리스라고 하는 그룹인데 아카펠라로 불러드릴 거예요. 뱃노래와 캐지나 칭칭나네 감상하시면 되겠습니다.
So with the Tori's performance, an a cappella performance of Pennore and Kejina Ching Ching, that is going to do it for us here at The Sensation. All of you at home and all of you here at the studio, thank you so much for joining us, and of course our panel and our professionals. We'll be back next time. Until then, thank you once again, and this has been The Sensation. Bye everybody.
I really enjoyed. It was my first time getting a hands-on learning experience with Korean music, even though I've listened to traditional music before. So
I must admit I got confused when to use my left hand and when to use my right hand. But I'm very glad I didn't have to perform on stage.
관심은 있지만 알 수 있는 기회가 많이 없었는데 이렇게 돼서 이제 많은 걸 배울 수 있었고요. 다음에 또 기회가 되면 꼭 참여하고 싶습니다.
파도 소리 잠을 깨 우리 들려오는 노소리 저량도 하구나 어디야디여 차 어허야디여 거기여 차뱃놀이 갈 거나 만경 장파에 물심이여 갈매기로 벗을 삼고 싸워만 가누나 어기야디여 차 어허야디여 어기여 차뱃놀이 갈 거나 어이야디여 어이야디여 어기야디여 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 어이야디여 어이야디여 어기야디여 어기야디여 여가 어디냐 숨은바우다 숨은바우면 배다 칠라 배다 치면 큰일 난다 핫다 야들아 염려 마라 어이야디여 어이야디여 어기야디여 어기야디여 허구야 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 어기여 차뱃놀이 갈 거나
개지나 칭칭
나래
개지나 칭칭
개지나 칭칭 나래 개지나 칭칭 나래 개지나 칭칭 나래 정월 추석 가윈 날은 개지나 칭칭 나래 개지나 칭칭 나래 우리나라 풍년이 새개지나 칭칭나네 가고 지고 가고 지고 개지나 칭칭나네
님을 따라 가고 지고
개지나 칭
개지나 칭
개지나 칭칭나네 개지나 칭칭나네 개지나 칭칭나네 개지나 칭칭나네 개지나 칭칭나네 따라가세 따라가세 개지나 칭칭나네 우리 동물을 따라가세 개지나 칭칭나네 달아 밝은 나라 개지나 칭칭나네 우주강산에 비친 나라 개지나 칭칭나네 저 달 속에 구리님을 개지나 칭칭나네 너는 보고 있을 테지 개지나 칭칭나네 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 나네 개지나 칭칭나네 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 개지나 칭칭나네